workshop was busy, Santa on a roll. But Mrs. Claus looked pale, sitting in her chair. She said something's off, and it just ain't fair. She grabbed her calendar, checked it twice, looked at Santa and said, "This ain't right." Santa said, "Honey, what's wrong with you?" She said, "Big guy, I'm a week or two overdue." Mrs. Claus missed her period, and now there's some talk. One of them elves won't meet her out when she walks. He's been looking guilty, sneaking out late. Santa's checking his list, trying to set things straight. It's a scandal up north, and there's more on the shelf, 'cause Mrs. Claus missed her period, and one guilty elf. The reindeer were gossiping, Rudolph turned red. Comet whispered, "Cupid, did you hear what she said?" Santa pulled the elf aside, said, "You best come clean. I don't want no drama in my Christmas scene." The elf stuttered, "Boss, it ain't what it seems, but Mrs. Claus, she's been eating ice cream." Santa scratched his beard, then gave a big sigh. He said, "Let's settle this before we all lose our Yuletide." Mrs. Claus missed her period, and now there's some talk. One of them elves won't meet her out when she walks. He's been looking guilty, sneaking out late. Santa's checking his list, trying to set things straight. It's a scandal up north, and there's more on the shelf, 'cause Mrs. Claus missed her period, and one guilty elf. Turns out the elf had a different confession. He'd snuck into the kitchen, fueled by obsession. He ate all the cookies, drank all the nog, but as for the baby, it's just a Yuletide false alarm. Mrs. Claus missed her period, but the doc called in, said there ain't no baby, it's just too much gin. The guilty elf is off the hook, Santa's back to his sleigh, and Christmas is saved for another holiday. It's a scandal no more, and peace to yourself, 'cause Mrs. Claus ain't pregnant, just blame the elf. So here's to Christmas with laughter and cheer, even when things get weird.